Welcome in, everybody. This is your self-care staffing for Friday, June 19th, 2020. I am Lou Pascal. I'm the school social worker in the Manchester City Schools in Manchester, Tennessee. I'm here to remind you that you are your most important client. If you don't find a way to treat yourself that way, life will find a way to prompt you, and it probably won't be pretty. In order to complete that sentence, you are your most important blank. You can use whatever word applies to your situation, whether that is you are your most important family member, you are your most important patient, you are your most important client. Whatever word helps you remember to put yourself at the top of that list. Today, I want to talk about trying new things as self-care. So sometimes I am hesitant to try new things because I want to be perfect at it the first time I try it. And so we're usually not. When we usually try new things, we are not great at it the first time out. We have to be prepared to be bad at it for a while. But if we try new things, we are very likely to find something that we will like. And we could like it whether we are good at it or not. It doesn't really matter. If we are good at it, then that can open up a whole new world. If we're bad at it, that can open up a whole new world. But trying new things is a good strategy for self-care. So here are some new things that I have tried recently and in the last few years. One is origami. I always thought origami looked really cool, and I went somewhere and there was an easy origami book, and I ordered some origami paper online, and I did one origami every day for not quite a month, but I did one a day and I finished the whole book. Another one that I've been wanting to try for a really long time is hand lettering, the really pretty calligraphy, brush lettering. I've shared many times how much I like to send cards to family and friends, and I would love to be able to really make those really beautiful and decorative with hand lettering. So I'm trying that right now. Another one is crossword puzzles. Lots of people in my family do crossword puzzles, and at first it was sort of intimidating, but I thought, well, I'm gonna try it. And so I did, and I would print one out. The one that I print is from Washington Post, which I think actually maybe originally from the LA Times, maybe, I'm not sure. But anyway, I print a crossword puzzle every night before I go to bed so that it's, ready for my morning time. And I attempt the crossword every day except Sundays, because Sundays still seem too hard for me, and there are other things that I want to do on Sunday anyway, so I don't do the crossword on Sunday. But it's very enjoyable, and I did have to try it for a little while before I could complete one. I'm not doing this for a grade, so I'll tell you what I do. On the LA Times, or the Washington Post, whatever, you can print the blank crossword puzzle, and you can also print the solution. So I print both, and I do everything I can do to figure out the right answers. And if I need help, then I can look at the solution. You might consider that cheating. You might not do it that way, but that's what I do. And this is about enjoyment for my life. So when I get to be real strict and rigid about that, I think, I'm doing this for fun. So that's how I look at that. So self-care check-in questions for today. What is one thing that you've thought you'd like to try for years? What is that thing that crosses your mind often and you brush it off and tell yourself that there's some reason you can't do it? Something I wanted to try for a long time was a paint by number. I ordered one on Etsy. If you don't know about Etsy, it's a handmade sort of craft website. So I ordered a paint by number on Etsy, and I've started it. I'm not sure that I will finish it, but at least I have tried it. Sometimes trying things lets you know that you don't like them, and you can move on to the next thing. I may finish it, I'm not sure. One thing I really like to do with the paint by number is get a movie and watch a movie while I'm trying to do the paint by number. So that's a strategy. That's something that I may do to finish that. Here's the quote for the day. You gain strength, courage, and confidence by every experience in which you really stop to look fear in the face. You are able to say to yourself, I lived through this horror. I can take the next thing that comes along. You must do the thing that you think you cannot do. And that was Eleanor Roosevelt. She is talking about some pretty heavy things to endure, but I still think that the quote can be applicable. Even though it may not be a horror to live through, sometimes what keeps us from trying new things is fear. I'm afraid I'll be bad at it. Again, I often fear not being good at something the first time I try it, or even after a very long time of trying it. If I can put aside the fear and do something, even though I may be bad at it, I find many times that I appreciate the experience. Either I find something new that I really like and I want to continue to integrate into my life, or I think, well, I tried that and for whatever reason I didn't really enjoy it, or I tried that, I'm not good at it, I'm probably not ever going to be good at it, but I just like it, it feels good to me, so I'm going to continue to do it. So, though that is a quote about trying new things. The song for the day, one of my favorite songs, is Do You Love Me by The Contours. The guy tried something new. He learned how to dance, and so he wants to know, do you love me now that I can dance? I love this song. It's one of my favorites. Trying something new. The video is Serena Williams tries 9 things she's never done before, and this is from Allure magazine. They have this series with different celebrities trying new things they've never tried before, and it's fun. So that's the video for the day. In the description, I will leave these links for you. Also in the description, you will find the link for my Teachers Pay Teacher store. You can find a free download there that is a self-care menu, and it has 100 ideas for self-care. There is also a self-care plan that I've put together there, and it has 3 journal prompts. You can get that at my Teachers Pay Teacher store. Please subscribe so that you are aware of when I publish content about self-care. And if all hearts and minds are clear, I will see you all next week.